up, Buckeye Nation? We have a game coming up this week. It's been a hot minute, but we are inching closer to the Cotton Bowl against Missouri. Let's dive into the details and take a look at our opponent after the intro. Welcome to Buckeye Football Fangirl. If this is your first time here, my name is Lisa and I'm the gal behind this channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. It has been a while since my last video, and honestly, life has been so busy, I haven't had much time to focus on this game. But I finally had a chance to dive into some research and am starting to feel hyped for Friday. How are you all feeling about the Cotton Bowl coming up? Are you guys excited? Are you feeling a little bit indifferent? Are you disappointed? Feeling something else? Go ahead, drop me a comment below and let me know. If I'm being completely honest, I needed a bit of a break after that loss. And there's nothing like a little bit of holiday hustle and bustle to help take one's mind off of the sting. Before we dive into this game preview, let's talk about the biggest news, in my opinion, that has broken since my last video. That major change at quarterback. I feel like I might be in the minority, but I was really genuinely sad to see McCord transfer out, and I will miss him. However, I said this way back before the season started, but I will get behind whoever they put on the field at QB1, and so it's Devin Brown time, folks. Let's burn some boats. Jokes aside, I'm very intrigued to see how Brown handles this game and what we see from him. I kind of like the unknown factor that we have with him since he's had so little playing time. The buzz coming from the locker room and especially from Egbuka about his presence on the field has me paying attention, and I'm liking what I'm hearing about his confidence level. If he plays with that swagger, I have a good feeling about this game. I was also reading a few articles on Missouri football sites, and while Brown does have inexperience as a strike against him, the fact that no one knows quite what the offense is going to look like with him fully at the helm gives Ohio State a nice element of surprise and potentially an edge in the game. And I like that. Besides getting hyped for the new starting quarterback, I am super stoked that we will get to see a bunch of our favorite players on the field for this bowl game. It's always the expectation that everyone who is draft eligible will opt out from any meaningless bowl games. However, I could not be more happy that we'll get to see Egbuka, Burke, Hancock, Sawyer, and Tyleik all take the field again. And besides them, there's still a possibility that we'll also get to see Marvin Harrison Jr, TreVeyon, JT, and Eichenberg play also. Though as of the time that I am recording this video, they are all still undecided. Fingers crossed though that we get to see them all suit up and ball out, because that would be freaking amazing. All right, let's take a quick look at Missouri before we see them on the field on Friday. The Missouri Tigers are led by head coach Cody Drinkwitz, who was voted SEC Coach of the Year this past Wednesday. This game will wrap up his 5th year as the head coach of the Tigers. And before Missouri, he spent some time coaching at App State, NC State, Boise State, and Arkansas State. Quarterback Brady Cook has had a solid season leading the team with over 3,000 yards and a 66% completion rate. I was actually checking out his stats, and they are eerily similar to Kyle McCord's stats when it comes to passing. They have similar attempts to completion numbers, similar total yards, both through 6 interceptions, and the biggest difference is Cook has been sacked 4 more times than McCord was. Another difference is that Cook appears to be more mobile on his feet, as he has over 250 rushing yards compared to McCord's negative rushing stats. Their lead back, Cody Schrader, has had a dynamic season with almost 1,500 rushing yards and 200 receiving yards this season. He's a workhorse on the team and has scored almost 1/3 of their touchdowns. Leading wide receiver Luther Burden III has also been creating a stir leading up to this game, and he has almost 1,200 yards for this season. He's had a breakout season and has added a huge spark to the offense. On defense, safety Joseph Charleston leads the team in tackles this year. And fun fact, Charleston has actually played against Ohio State before in that glorious 2020 Sugar Bowl. Yep, before he became a Missouri Tiger, Charleston was a Clemson Tiger, and he actually logged 6 tackles in that game. Missouri is down a couple of its key defensive players. However, defensive lineman Darius Robinson is someone else to keep an eye on during the game, as he leads the team with 7.5 sacks. Wide receiver turned cornerback Kris Abrams-Draine is leading the team with 4 interceptions, which actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Tons of their team members have been causing forced fumbles as well. Their defense is averaging more than 2 a game this year. If you look at total defense and you start to compare them though between the teams, Missouri is currently ranked 38th, while our defense clocks in at 3rd. Things are a little bit flipped around on offense as Missouri is currently ranked 24th while we're ranked 35th. And it's really hard to compare these two teams though, since there's no common opponents to look at. I kind of like it though, going in with some unknowns, as it makes for a much more interesting and exciting game in my opinion. And this game is stacking up to be an intriguing Cotton Bowl. Now that I'm feeling the excitement for this game starting to build, I can't wait for Friday. And I can't wait for this final chance to cheer on this team that we have seen grow so much and accomplish some amazing things this year. I know, they didn't accomplish their #1 goal. However, it's ride or die with these Buckeyes, so I'm planning on cheering for them with all of my heart. And I'm going to be watching the game in Ohio with the man who I inherited my Buckeye fandom from, my dad. And I could not be more psyched about that, because that's what makes this fandom so special. And there's not much better than watching the game with the people that you love. So even though the Buckeyes are not playing for the natty that we were all hoping for at the beginning of the season, it's still an incredible chance to see these players come together at least one more time and to see the brotherhood in full force on the field. Before I sign off, I want you to know that I am eternally grateful for you all, and I wish you a bright holiday season. Let's enjoy this last Buckeye game of the year together. And with that, I'll see you on the other side of the game. Oh,